Welcome back to Light Up Literature Curriculum, your ADHD support group for middle school ELA. Let's do this. We're going to talk about 5 classroom management tips that will help you survive the Halloween school day because it's real. So let's get to it. All right. So first things first, we definitely want to make sure that our class is fun on ELA, in ELA, especially on Halloween, because as you and I both know, you nor your kiddos want to be there. It's all about the day, and that's real. So that's why we're here. So now, how can we make our classroom, because we got to show up and the kids got to show up. So how are we going to make it less chaotic? I've got 5 tips for you. Write them down, reference my blog, whatever. This will save your life. Okay, here we go. Number 1, set clear expectations. If you are going to allow candy or trick-or-treating in your classroom, that's fine. Do it. I do it. I have done it. There's nothing wrong with it. However, you need to manage clear expectations, especially when you have your ADHD kiddos, because I promise you on Halloween, they all feel like ADHD kiddos, okay? So they've been hyped up on candy, they got a sugar rush, and they're going to have a sugar crash. So let's just set clear expectations. Let them know the Monday or the week before that you are going to either allow or not allow, which I highly suggest allowing the last 10 minutes of class be a trick-or-treat situation, okay? Now, the reason why I say that is because it's the last 10 minutes of your class. That means they are focused and working until you're ready to give them that time. You want to build relationships? This is how you do it. You don't work well when you're hungry. You don't work well when you're repressed. So your kiddos in middle school ELA are not going to be like, let me read this literature. No, they're not. So let's get to it. Give them clear expectations. Let them know if you will or will not allow candy. Tip, if you're going to allow a 10-minute or 5-minute candy trick-or-treat swap situation, make it the last 10 minutes of your class and ensure that they understand if anyone in the class, that means you leave at least a 1-minute wrap up to check for all candy wrappers or any kind of trash before they get to go to the next one, okay? This will save you cleanup. 2, it sets clear expectations. And 3, if they don't, that means nobody gets any candy, any food, anything until November. And not like November 1st, the next day, but until Thanksgiving, when you may or may not decide to have another party. Because parties typically are not accepted or appreciated in middle school, but let's be real. We all got to live. All right. Number 2 on our topics of survival on a Halloween ELA middle school day. Incorporate movement breaks. That means your lessons, are going to be a little bit of a hot mess. You can plan for all the great ELA core content, everything. It's Halloween, so we got to work with what we're working with, okay? So include planned movement breaks. This can be a zombie walk competition for 3 minutes, or something similar where they're going to put their minimal assignment in the basket for that class, the basket for whatever. That will save you because they get to move, because they're already on a sugar high. They need to get that out. All right. Number 3, visual cues. If you want to support ADHD kiddos and you want to train self-management, which will also help all of your other kiddos, what you're going to do that I suggest is creating a stoplight magnet that goes on your board so that if it's green, it represents one thing. Green to me represents group activity. Yellow represents whole class activity. Red means independent work. And yes, does that mean you have to do that? But you can use your projector and post it on the projector so that you are not having to like print things out in color, because Lord knows the school is not going to give you color privileges for printing. Let's just be real. All right. Number 4, hands-on activity. Let your students do some cut and paste activities in either an interactive notebook, or if you want to really build classroom pride for each period that you have, get some butcher block paper from the teacher's lounge and let them create their own images, their own poster for the class that supports whatever scary story or ELA skill that you're focusing on during this November or this October. Let them post it the day after the Halloween day. That's when other classes get to judge and vote anonymously. You can set it up. There's multiple ways. If you have a question on how to do that, that is free, because Lord knows we don't need to pay for anything else. Send me a message. I got you. All right. And then number 5, in class with either your candy trick or treat situation or some calm closing situations, so that if you're friendly with your co-teachers that are in other disciplines, hashtag so yeah, that was a flip. Whoa. Social studies, math, any of them, if you're worried about like hyping up the class before they go to that teacher, maybe, yeah, it's just going to be a rough day. Okay. Let's just say it. You know what? If you're a public school or private school teacher on Halloween, unless it's your first year, you know what you're doing. So let's just, like, for me as an Alabama football fan, roll tide it and work through it. Okay. Now, if you have any questions or anything that you suggest, please let me know. I'm here to be super supportive with ADHD kiddos, but I worked with students who were not ADHD kiddos either. So it's like survival of the fittest, baby. So with these tips, Halloween in the classroom can be fun and under control. I hope these ideas have helped you prepare, not just mentally, but like productively, on what you can expect on Halloween in an ELA classroom, whether it's a 45-minute classroom or an hour and a half classroom. Let's do this. We got it. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, also, don't forget, click subscribe, follow me, all of